All right, so we're diving deep today, really deep. We're going to unpack a success story, but not just how someone made it big, but how they actually did it. You know, the nitty-gritty.
And what's really cool about this story, it kind of shows you that you don't need some crazy master plan or a ton of cash to build something awesome.
You're so right. And this is especially for you listening, because I know you're all about that entrepreneurial life. And, well, you get the power of words. So let's talk about Dicky Bush. This guy went from trading stocks on Wall Street at BlackRock, serious hedge fund stuff, to running a business all about writing. And get this, he's on track to make $10 million this year, all from words.
It's wild. A total roller coaster, right? And from what you've dug up, we're going to break down the exact steps he took to make it all happen.
Love it. Okay, so got to start with a aha moment, right? We hear about those golden handcuffs and those fancy jobs. But with Dicky, there's this story that just hits different.
Yeah, in the research, there's this moment, this senior guy at BlackRock, been there forever, right? Dedicated. He asks to leave for his son's baseball game, and they say no.
No way. Seriously.
Yep. Total wake-up call for Dicky. Like, even with all that cash, he realized he didn't really have control over his own life.
Wow. I can see how that would make you rethink things. So did he just peace out of BlackRock right then and there?
Not quite, but it was like planting a seed. He started planning his escape, and get this, he focused on a skill you might not expect. Writing.
Okay, now this is where it gets juicy. I mean, how do you go from writing in your spare time to like running a multi-million-dollar business?
That's the crazy part. Dicky truly believed that writing is like the ultimate business skill.
Okay, I get that good writing is useful, but ultimate, that's a bold statement.
Think about it. Marketing, making products, sales, even just talking to people at work, it all comes down to getting your ideas across clearly and in a way that convinces people. And writing, that's how you do it.
I see what you mean. So it's not just about being a good writer, it's about using those skills to like unlock all these other things.
Exactly. And he didn't just talk about it, he lived it. He knew that to really get noticed online, you got to put out good stuff consistently. And for that, you got to be a strong writer.
It's more than just words on a page, right? You got to tell a good story, connect with people, give them something real. And that's what Dicky did, starting with one single tweet that changed everything.
Oh yeah, that tweet, he only had like 1,000 followers on Twitter at the time, and it's not a huge audience, but this one tweet, clear, concise, boom, goes viral and lands him a $5,000 gig.
Whoa, hold up. One tweet, $5,000. What was so special about it?
It wasn't some magic formula or anything, but he nailed the value proposition. He took these super smart ideas from this guy, Naval Ravikant, the investor, philosopher dude, and he made them easy to understand for everyone. That's what people wanted. His email list blew up overnight, went from like 250 to over 1,000 subscribers, just like that.
So he found a way to tap into this existing audience that was already hungry for that kind of content. Smart.
Exactly. Sometimes it's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about knowing where the people who want what you've got are hanging out.
Okay, so big confidence boost for Dicky. But he wasn't about to just sit back and chill, right?
Yeah, this is just the start. Remember, he's still working that Wall Street grind. But that tweet, it proved to him that you could build a real business around writing. And that's where his side hustle comes in.
All right, let's break this down. He didn't just quit his job cold turkey, did he?
Not a chance. He knew he needed a game plan. So picture this. He starts waking up at 4:30 every morning, 4:30, to write for 2 hours before heading off to Wall Street.
Ugh, my snooze button would not be happy. That's dedication.
Right. He was willing to put in the work, make sacrifices. He understood that anything worth building takes time.
No shortcuts, huh? So while he was crushing it on Wall Street, he was also building his future behind the scenes.
Exactly. Working hard, but more importantly, working smart. And that's something for anyone listening who wants to make a change. You don't have to jump ship right away. Build your side hustle until it can hold you up.
Love that. Okay, so he's got this confidence from the viral tweet. He's honing his writing every morning. What's the next step? How does he turn all this into cold, hard cash?
Well, he starts with this simple writing challenge he called Ship 30 for 30. You ever hear of it?
It rings a bell, but refresh my memory. What's Ship 30 for 30 all about?
It's pretty genius, actually. It's a 30-day online challenge to help people write consistently and build an audience. Basically, you commit to writing and putting something out there online every day for 30 days straight.
Oh, I see. So it's about getting into that groove, making writing a habit. No excuses, right?
Exactly. And there's this big community aspect to it. People share their work, support each other, big feedback. Really powerful stuff.
I can see that. Writing can be lonely, so having people on the same journey would be huge. So how did he actually turn Ship 30 for 30 into a business? What was his model?
It started super simple. He charged $50 for the challenge. But here's the twist. He gave a full refund to anyone who finished.
Whoa, really? That's putting your money where your mouth is. He's basically saying, this works, trust me.
Right, and it's smart psychology. People are more likely to stick with it if they have something to lose.
Makes sense. So did it work? Did people actually stick with it?
People went crazy for it. He had to raise the price to $99 because so many people signed up. And in just 1 month, he made $30,000.
30 grand in a month. Okay, he was definitely onto something with this challenge. So he's got this winning challenge going. Still working that Wall Street job, but clearly he's building something big. What happens next?
Well, Ship 30 for 30 was just the spark. That success gave him the confidence to dream even bigger. And that's what we'll get into next time. We'll explore all the different parts of Dicky's empire and how they all connect back to this core belief in the power of writing.
Man, I'm hooked. This is fascinating. I can't wait to hear how he scaled it all up. Okay, so we're back, ready to dig into what Dicky Bush does next. He's got this Ship 30 for 30 thing going strong, bringing in some serious cash, but he doesn't just stop there, right?
Oh, no. This is where things get really interesting. He sees that there are tons of people who want to write, want to make it their thing. So he doesn't just build one business, not even two. He creates four separate writing businesses.
4. Wow, that's ambitious. We talked about Ship 30 for 30. What are the other 3?
So besides that challenge, he creates this premium ghostwriting academy, Write with AI, and a software thing called TypeShare. Each one kind of tackles a different part of the writing world, and together they all add up to his big success.
Okay, lots to unpack there. What's this ghostwriting academy all about?
Well, you know how everyone's saying content is king online? This academy tacks into that. It trains people to become like top-notch ghostwriters. Basically, they write for other people, companies, influencers, whoever needs it.
So instead of building your own brand, you're helping others build theirs with your writing. That's pretty clever.
It is, and it's a good way to make money. That academy alone is predicted to rake in like $5 million in 2024.
5 million. So even more than Ship 30 for 30?
Yep. Shows you that if you find a need and fill it, people will pay. There are a ton of people with important things to say, but, well, they don't have the time or the skills to write it all themselves. That's where these ghostwriters come in.
Right, makes sense. What about Write with AI? That one's really got me curious.
Write with AI. That's a paid newsletter, keeps people updated on all the AI writing tools and tricks out there. It's like a cheat code for anyone creating content who wants to get things done faster and better.
Oh, interesting. So it's not about AI doing all the writing for you. It's about using AI to help you write better yourself. Makes sense with all the crazy advancements in AI these days.
Exactly. Smart move by Dicky. It's another way to make money, and he's tapping into something that's only getting bigger. He knew AI would change writing forever, so he positioned himself as the expert, the go-to guy.
So you could be a great writer, but you got to stay ahead of the curve, right? Know what tools are out there and how to use them.
Exactly. And that's true for anything, really. Gotta adapt, embrace the new tech, otherwise you get left behind.
For sure. Okay, so we've got the Ghostwriting Academy, the AI thing, and then TypeShare. What's that one all about?
TypeShare, that's software built for writers specifically, makes the whole process from writing to publishing super smooth and easy.
So it's like you everything you need all in one place. Write, edit, format, even publish. All through TypeShare.
You got it. And it's getting more and more popular because, well, writers need good tools, right? And here's the cool part. All 4 of these businesses, they work together like pieces of a puzzle.
You mean they like complement each other? How so?
Picture this. Someone does the Ship 30 for 30 challenge, realizes, hey, I actually love writing. Then they level up their skills at the Ghostwriting Academy, or maybe they check out that AI newsletter. And the whole time they're using TypeShare to publish their work. It's a whole thing.
Wow, I see it now. He's built this network, this support system for writers. It's like a dream come true for anyone who wants to write.
That's it. And it all comes back to what we talked about before. He's solving problems, real problems that writers face. He knows the struggle, and he's giving them the solutions they need.
Okay, back to Ship 30 for 30 for effect. It's a 30-day challenge, but what do people actually do during those 30 days?
Simple. Write and publish online every single day. Could be a blog, an article, a social media post, anything. The point is to show up, do the work, build that writing muscle.
Sounds intense, but I bet it really works. You're forced to push past those mental blocks and just get it done.
You get it. And that community aspect, it's massive. People share their work, they help each other, they're all in it together. That's what makes Ship 30 for 30 so effective.
Like a team of writers all pushing each other to be better. So that community helps Ship 30 for 30 grow, but there's something else that really helps it scale up, right? A partnership.
Spot on. He teams up with this guy, Nicholas Call, another writer, entrepreneur dude. Really successful. They join forces, combine their knowledge and resources, and boom, Ship 30 for 30 goes to a whole new level.
Makes sense. Two heads are better than one, especially when you're trying to grow something big.
Right, and in this case, they turned Ship 30 for 30 from a challenge into like a full-blown education business. Expanded the program, gave more support, created a really in-depth learning experience for writers.
So it's not just a DIY thing anymore. It's like a whole school for writers. That's amazing.
It is, and it shows you what can happen when you find the right partner. Okay, so we talked about his businesses, his belief in writing, his smart strategies, but what about the tools he uses? Is it all super high-tech and complicated?
Yeah, what's his setup like? Does he have all the fancy gadgets and software?
That's what's kind of funny. He keeps it simple. He believes too much tech can actually make you less creative and productive.
Really? So what does he use? Spill the beans.
His must-haves are surprisingly basic. Apple Notes for brainstorming, TypeShare, his own platform for publishing, and Twitter search for finding cool stuff to write about. That's it.
No way. Seriously, that's all. No crazy project management systems or expensive courses on productivity.
Nope. He's all about consistency. Show up, do the work, don't waste time looking for the perfect system. Just focus on making great content and getting it out there.
I love that. So easy to get caught up in all the bells and whistles, but he's like, keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly. He says too much complexity can paralyze you. Better to start small and add things as you need them.
Okay, so simple tools, consistent action. Got it. Any advice he gives for writers who want to, actually make money from their writing?
Oh yeah, he's big on monetizing fast. Don't wait till you're famous or have this perfect portfolio. Start charging for your skills right away.
Okay, but how do you do that? How can you make money from writing when you're just starting out?
He says try ghostwriting, which we talked about, or offer your writing services to businesses or websites. The point is, get paid while you're still learning and building your experience.
Like a paid internship, but for writing. Smart. You learn on the job, get paid, and eventually you can go out on your own.
Exactly. And that's kind of his whole philosophy. Don't overthink it. Just start writing and figure it out as you go.
Love that. Take action, learn by doing. Don't get stuck in your head.
You got it. And his whole journey, it just shows you that you can do incredible things with one simple skill, as long as you use it consistently. Find a problem you care about, get good at something, then find creative ways to make money from it.
This is so inspiring. We covered a lot. His Wall Street story, his love for writing, how he builds businesses. What stands out to you most about Dicky's story?
For me, it's how he combines smart thinking with relentless action. He had this vision and step by step, he made it real. No fear, no self-doubt, just kept going, learning along the way.
Totally agree. He proves that if you're passionate, have a good plan, and keep at it, you can achieve amazing things. But before we go full-on fangirl on Dicky, let's talk about what you, our listener, can take away from his story. What can you learn even if you're not a writer or a wannabe entrepreneur? We'll explore those big lessons and wrap things up nicely in part 3 of our deep dive. Okay, we're back to the final stretch, wrapping up our deep dive into Dicky Bush's world. This guy, remember, went from Wall Street to building this whole writing empire, making millions.
It's a story that really makes you think twice about those traditional career paths, Like anything is possible if you've got the drive.
Totally. And yeah, it's super inspiring for writers and anyone who wants to start a business, but there are lessons here for everyone, no matter what you do.
You hit the nail on the head because really, Dicky's story isn't just about writing. It's about realizing what you're capable of, finding a problem that you actually care about fixing, and then just going for it.
So for everyone listening, what are some takeaways, things you can apply to your own life, even if you don't want to be a writer or, start the next big company?
Well, one thing that really jumps out at me is being okay with getting uncomfortable, pushing your limits. I mean, think about it. Dicky had this cushy Wall Street gig, making bank. It'd be easy to just coach, right?
Yeah, the golden handcuffs thing. You're comfortable making good money, but maybe deep down, you're not really happy.
Exactly. And Dicky could have easily stayed stuck there, but he was brazen enough to say, nope, this isn't for me, and went after something that felt right, even if it was scary.
So it's one thing to dream big, but it's another to actually do something about it, even when it feels risky. Sometimes you got to walk away from what feels safe to get to where you need to be.
You said it. Trust your gut, believe in yourself, even when it's tough.
Something else that I think is so valuable is this whole idea of the strategic side hustle. Dicky didn't just up and quit his job. He had a plan. He built his writing business on the side until it could stand on its own 2 feet.
Smartest thing you can do if you're thinking of changing careers or chasing a passion project. Less risk, you can test things out, build a solid foundation before making any drastic moves.
So if you're listening and there's something you've been wanting to do but you're afraid to go all in, think about what Dicky did. Start small, make time for it, build it up little by little.
I never underestimate the power of just showing up consistently. Dicky didn't get to where he is overnight. It was years of putting in the work, day after day, even when it was hard.
He was dedicated, honing his skills, building his business no matter what. That's something we can all learn from, whatever we're trying to achieve.
For sure. Have a vision, a long-term goal, and then just keep chipping away at it. And yeah, sometimes the things you do might seem small, but over time they add up to something huge.
Like that one tweet that made him $5,000. Seemed like a small win at the time, but started a whole chain reaction.
Oh yeah, got to celebrate those small wins, right? It's easy to get so focused on the end goal that you forget to acknowledge how far you've come.
Guilty's charged. But you're right, those little victories, they keep you motivated, they remind you that you're on the right track.
It's like giving yourself a pat on the back, like, hey, good job, keep going.
So to everyone listening, if you're working on something, don't wait till the very end to celebrate. Enjoy those small milestones along the way. It makes the whole journey more fun.
I agree. And remember, success, it doesn't have to look a certain way for everyone. It's not always about money or fame. It's about finding a life that feels right for you, that aligns with what you believe in, and then going after it with all you've got.
And that's what Dicky's story is all about. He didn't follow someone else's definition of success. He found his own.
So if one little tweet can spark something as big as a multi-million-dollar empire, what can you do? What problem are you excited to solve? What talents are you hiding that you could share with the world?
Those are the questions I want you to think about. Don't underestimate yourself. Take a page from Dicky's book. Be open to new experiences and start taking action, even if it's just a small step, towards the life you want to create.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We hope you got some good stuff out of it. And until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and don't be afraid to reach for the stars.